Imagine spending an entire year, 365 days, in complete darkness. No sunlight, no artificial light, just pitch-black surroundings 24/7. How would this affect your body and brain? Would you go blind? Would your mind break? Scientists have studied what happens to people in extreme darkness, and the results are both shocking and terrifying. In this video, we'll dive into the real science behind prolonged darkness, explore real-life cases, and uncover the disturbing truth about what would happen to you if you spent a full year in total darkness. What happens to the human body in complete darkness? Your body relies on the sun to regulate its internal clock, also known as the circadian rhythm. Without light, your sleep cycle would fall apart. In complete darkness, people often start experiencing free-running sleep cycles, where days feel longer or shorter, causing extreme fatigue and insomnia. Studies show that some people develop a 36-hour wake cycle, followed by 12 to 16 hours of sleep, completely detaching from the 24-hour rhythm of Earth. You might think being in darkness for a year would make you go blind, and you wouldn't be wrong. Without exposure to light, your eyes stop adapting properly, leading to optic nerve damage and possible permanent vision loss. This is seen in cave-dwelling animals, which eventually evolve to be completely blind. Could the same happen to humans? Another big problem? Vitamin D deficiency. Without sunlight, your body stops producing vitamin D, which is essential for strong bones and muscles. Over time, you'd develop osteoporosis-like symptoms, making your bones brittle and weak. Your muscles would also atrophy, making it harder to move, as we've seen in astronauts who don't get enough sunlight exposure in space. Hallucinations and psychosis. One of the most terrifying effects of prolonged darkness is what it does to your mind. Studies show that after just a few days in complete darkness, people start experiencing hallucinations, seeing things that aren't there. Some report hearing voices, feeling phantom touches, and even sensing an unseen presence watching them. This is because the brain, deprived of normal visual stimuli, starts to create its own reality, leading to terrifying hallucinations. Memory loss and cognitive decline. The brain needs external stimuli to function properly. In prolonged darkness, memory function starts to break down. Research on isolated people in dark environments like miners trapped underground shows that memory and cognitive functions deteriorate rapidly. Some people even forget how much time has passed. A few days may feel like weeks or vice versa. Extreme depression and anxiety. Without sunlight, your brain stops producing serotonin and dopamine, the chemicals responsible for happiness and motivation. This can lead to deep depression, panic attacks, and even suicidal thoughts. This is similar to seasonal affective disorder, SAD, but on a much worse scale. Has anyone ever experienced this? The Italian Darkness Experiment, 2017. In 2017, an Italian scientist, Stefano Borri, voluntarily isolated himself in complete darkness for 7 days as part of an experiment. By day 3, he reported losing track of time and hearing strange whispers. By day 6, he was experiencing visual hallucinations, seeing flashes of light and ghostly figures. By day 7, he was so mentally exhausted that he begged to be let out. The Deep Cave Isolation Experiment, 1960s. In the 1960s, French researcher Michel Siffre spent 2 months in a dark cave with no clocks or sunlight. He believed he had only been underground for a few weeks when in reality 2 full months had passed. He lost sense of time, experienced deep depression, and even forgot how to form proper sentences. His research proved how essential light is for the human body and brain. What would happen after 365 days? Now, imagine experiencing this for an entire year. Total disconnection from reality. Permanent vision damage. Extreme muscle and bone weakness. Severe depression and psychosis. Possible brain damage or even death. Most scientists agree, no human could survive in complete darkness for 365 days without serious, irreversible damage. Light isn't just something we take for granted. It's a vital part of our survival. Without it, the body weakens, the mind crumbles, and reality itself begins to break apart. So, next time you step outside, take a moment to appreciate the life-saving power of sunlight. You never know what might happen if you ever find yourself trapped in the dark for too long.